I'm Kyle.
I'm Tyson.
And I'm Darren.
And this is our activity analysis.
The activity within this assignment that is being analyzed is the task of peeling and cutting a cucumber. This involves removing the skin of the cucumber, later slicing the cucumber into desired pieces for human consumption. This task would fall under the categories of ADLs, activities of daily living, as well as IADLs, instrumental activities of daily living.
ADLs are fundamental to living. Peeling and cutting a cucumber falls under the feeding category. This involves setting up, arranging the food, and bringing food to your mouth.
IDLs are activities to support daily life within a home and community. This activity would fall under meal preparation and cleanup category, as it involves planning and preparing to peel and cut a cucumber, as well as eventually serving it.
In order to be able to peel and cut a cucumber, a few demands must be met. These include objects and properties such as space or equipment/materials. The objects involved with this activity include a cucumber, peeler, and a knife. In order to have no health issues or safety hazards, one must complete this activity in a preferred environment. Due to the activity involving food, the area should be clean and free of clutter. A sanitized kitchen is a preferable environment.
Because a knife is involved with cutting motions, it is imperative that the area contains no safety hazards. This includes wet floors, hot surfaces, and anything else that could cause harm while performing the activity. After demands of materials, equipment, and space are met, there are numerous factors and skills that must be taken into consideration. These include client factors, performance skills, and processing skills.
Client factors involve such things as beliefs, values, spirituality, body functions, and body structures. Performance skills are observable elements of action, which can be utilized for a functional purpose. All these factors reside within a person and can influence their performance in occupations. Client factors needed for peeling and cutting a cucumber involves body functions and body structures. Body functions include the physiological as well as the psychological functions of the body structures.
Grading is an activity that is done by increasing or decreasing activity demands. Grading down is done by providing assistance and lowering demands. Grading up is done by providing a challenge in a safe manner.
Adapting an activity involves changing or modifying an aspect of an activity to allow for successful completion. This can be done using compensatory strategies, modifying cues, or equipment.
Grading and adapting the activity of peeling and cutting a cucumber is necessary for those with disabilities. This is especially true for individuals who have suffered a stroke. In the next few videos, you will see individuals with varying functionality. The first involves someone with no disability. The second is someone who suffered a stroke and lost all functioning of their right arm. And the third displays someone who had a stroke but has low function in their right arm, resulting in a weak grip strength.
Physiologically, in order to peel and cut a cucumber effectively, the client factors and performance skills that must be met include visual functions, vestibular functions, proprioceptive function, touch function, pain, joint mobility, joint stability, muscle power, muscle tone, muscle endurance, and control of voluntary movement. Visual, vestibular, touch, and proprioceptive functions are needed because a person must be able to see and feel the knife, cucumber, and cutting surface. They must be also able to position themselves appropriately and be aware of where their hands are placed. Pain is needed in case the person cuts themselves so they can react to it. Joint mobility and stability help the person with the range of motion required to peel and cut. Muscle power, muscle tone, and muscle endurance are needed to ultimately perform the task. Psychologically, the client factors and processing skills must include higher level cognitive functioning, attention, memory, perception, thought, mental functions of sequencing complex movement, and experience of self and time. Higher level cognitive functioning, attention, and memory are needed in order to be able to focus on the task of peeling and cutting the cucumber. This is a process that is ultimately previously learned. Remembering the steps on how to do it is an ability which is beneficial to have. Perception and thought help one with being able to distinguish between the different objects used within this activity. Mental functions of sequencing complex movement and experience of self and time are needed as they help with regulating things such as speed, response, quality, time of motor production, and awareness of the person's own body and position in their environment.
For an individual who has no functioning in their right arm, it is imperative to utilize one's own social and natural environment. If assistance is readily available, it would be beneficial to effectively communicate to others who can provide assistance. If there is no one available to offer help, one must be able to formulate solutions for their struggle. In reference to an individual with no function in one arm, adaptive equipment is necessary. A piece of equipment for this individual would be an assistive cutting board. This enables one to place the desired items on the board, which ultimately takes place of the lost extremity. This occupation in the end is graded down and adapted with the use of equipment.
This individual has moderate to low function in his right arm. This is due to his poor grip strength and muscle tension. Because this individual can still function, it is important to maximize his ability. In this situation, the individual has modified the ADL by enlarging the grip on both the knife as well as the cucumber peeler. Through the use of adaptive equipment, there is a lesser need for a strong grip strength. The equipment enables one to use less strength, ultimately using less endurance. With both of these adaptations, the individual is now capable of feeding.